Namaste and hello everyone. My name is Shivika and I help you navigate life through my experiences, lessons and stories. Back with a YouTube video after 2 weeks, and the reason why there has been a delay in posting any videos is because I launched my podcast finally. It's called Careers Beyond Degree, and for those of you who've stayed here or have been here for a while, you must be aware that I'm posting new episodes every Sunday with international students, immigrants, young professionals, and people who have made a mark in the UK ever since they've moved from their home country to the UK. So lots of exciting things happening on that front, and I'm so excited that I was finally able to launch it because it was something that was on my mind for a very, very long time. And thank you so much for all the love that you've already showed on the podcast and the views that I've got. It's really, really heartwarming, and I'm very, very thankful for that. I absolutely promise that my videos will be very, very regular from now on. There won't be any 1 week, 2 week, 2 month breaks. I will make sure that I record a video and there's one going out every single week along with the podcast. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Today's video is about a request that was made a couple of months ago where someone asked me on my Innovator Founder Visa video, asking me for a checklist that I can create for the Innovator Founder Visa, which I did, and I'm going to be sharing it with you in this video. Stay till the end of the video because I've got something for you that might be very, very handy and may come very useful when you do decide to apply for the Innovator Founder Visa endorsement. Bear in mind, this video is divided into 3 sections. The first one is pre-endorsement, where I will be sharing with you a checklist of whatever you need before the endorsement. Then second is endorsement, whatever you will be needing during the endorsement process. And the third section will be post-endorsement, everything that you need after you've been endorsed by an endorsing body. Pre-endorsement phase is the phase where you may or may not have a business idea, where you may or may not have an innovative, scalable, viable idea that the endorsing body is looking for. It is also the phase where you're kind of confused and you're considering that if you should apply for the Innovator Founder Visa endorsement. And it's also the phase where you know you have an idea, you know you want to start a business in the UK, you know you want to settle in the UK as a business owner, as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, and you just don't know what the next steps look like. So it could be a confused state where you don't know what to do, but it's something on your mind. Or it could be a definite state where I know this is what I want, but I just don't know the next steps. So if you're right at the beginning of this phase, which is the pre-endorsement phase, then it's a good phase to be in because you're still discovering, and there's a lot that you can discover during this stage. What you really need to start with is to develop an idea that is innovative, scalable, and viable. Innovative is an idea that is new to the UK market. You're bringing in some cutting edge technology. You're building a product that does not exist, or kind of solving a problem that's been solved, but you're kind of solving it in an innovative way through your expertise, through your skills, through your experience, and through whatever you've learned in the past. Viable is, are you the right person to start this business? So it's important for you to look into areas of your expertise, of your skills, of your academic background, of your professional background. And scalability is that your idea is able to scale beyond the city that you start from and beyond the country that you start from, that is the UK. So you should be able to take that idea or take that product to international borders as well. So these are the 3 criteria that you need to keep in mind before you start the research for your next business idea. If you'd like a detailed view on what the Innovator Founder Visa is and what is innovation, scalability, viability, then I've covered it in my video, which is titled What is the Innovator Founder Visa? And you can find all the details over there. So once you're at that stage where you've developed your business idea, you know that you want to apply for the endorsement, the second step is to start doing market research, which is also one of the very important steps in your pre-endorsement phase, because you do want to justify that you have validated your business idea by testing it out in the market. And how do you really test it out? Is by speaking to potential customers, is by speaking to other businesses, is by speaking to your target audience who you feel you will be selling to in the future. The third step in the pre-endorsement phase would be to gather all supporting documents as well as initial funding. Now, supporting documents can range from any surveys that you've conducted, any kind of testimonials that you've got during the validation stage, any kind of customer feedback that you receive saying that yes, we want this service, or yes, we're looking forward to this product, and then any kind of letter of intent that you have from any businesses that you will be eventually tying up with. If you have an investor who's ready to invest into your business after you start up or after you've been endorsed, then definitely get a letter from them as well. If you are thinking to prepare a pitch deck, get it sorted as well and out of the way. And then if you do have any other important documents that you feel will make your application stronger, like a reference letter from a possible employer, or if you work with the startup, then the startup founder, because you kind of can contact them. So if you have a startup founder who wants to write a nice reference for you, then these kind of things make your application stronger. And they're not necessary, but they do make a difference in your overall application. And initial funding will be the fund that you will be needing to kickstart your business for initial expenses and for everything that you've mentioned in your business plan that you will be needing the funds for the first 12 months. And finally, and the most important one, pre-endorsement, is the business plan, which is absolutely detailed with your CV as well as financial forecast that you need to submit to the endorsing body. Now you're in the endorsement stage and you've gathered everything that you needed in the pre-endorsement phase. The first thing to do is find an endorsing body that is relevant to your industry or your sector of business. I get this question asked a lot, which endorsing body should we go with? And I have no answer to it because it totally depends on your business idea. It totally depends on the different services that an endorsing body is offering. In fact, in my business plan template, I have covered the criteria based on which you can choose which endorsing body you would like to go with, but I don't personally refer any one of them. I would say do your research, read through all three of them, and then see which one works best for you. If they have any packages post-endorsement, are you looking for them? And during endorsement phase or during endorsement process, what is their process overall? And is this something that aligns with your overall goals? And then decide. Second thing to do during the endorsement stage, once you've decided that yes, I will be going ahead with this endorsing body for my first initial application, is to submit a well-written business plan as well as other supporting documents that we just spoke about in the pre-endorsement phase. The third thing in the endorsement phase is to prepare for the interview and initial discussions with the endorsing body. Now, you may be aware that once you submit your business plan and submit the application to the endorsing body, you have a couple of rounds of interviews. Now, these interviews are basically checking that whether or not you're a genuine entrepreneur and whether or not that your business idea is genuine, you are actually the right person to start it, and do you even know what you're talking about. So it's important that you prepare yourself with all kinds of questions that an endorsing body can ask you. You should be prepared with anything to do with your business plan. So every detail that you've mentioned in the business plan, like how did you come up with the idea? How are you going to secure the funding? If you're saying somebody's going to be investing, how, when, who the person is. And if you're saying you have a marketing plan, tell me about it. How are you going to make it a reality? These kind of questions will come up, and these kind of questions will be very, very challenging at the time of that interview or during that initial discussion. So it's super, super important that you prepare yourself, feel confident, and make that interview count. The fourth thing during that endorsement phase is that you secure that endorsement letter and make sure that your business idea meets the criteria. Now, this brings us to the third section of this video, which is post-endorsement. In the post-endorsement phase, there's two possibilities. One where the endorsing body accepts your idea, and the second one where the endorsing body rejects your idea. In the case of a rejection, you will have to go through all the steps again and probably send in your application one more time in whatever time that you can. It could be 1 week, 10 days, 15 days, or if you have to refine your idea overall, because in the report they will be mentioning whether your idea was innovative or scalable or viable and whatever issues they kind of thought existed in your current business plan. So you will have to rework on them and then submit an application again. But if you do get selected and if you do get endorsed and if they do agree with your business idea and say that yes, the business idea was innovative, scalable, and viable, the next step will be due diligence. In this stage, they will be looking into all your documents, looking into any supporting documents that they will be needing, and also other kinds of checkings like what your visa is currently and what your next steps are. And eventually, they will be issuing you an endorsement letter. Once you are endorsed, which is actually the final step, you can now apply for your Innovator Founder Visa. Your endorsement letter is given to you by your endorsing body. They check all your details, issue you the endorsement letter. It has a specific number which is unique to you, and then you can use that endorsement letter to make a visa application. Your endorsement letter is valid for 3 months, so you can use it anytime you like. You can apply within the next 1 week, or you can apply anytime within the next 3 months, depending on whatever your situation is. If you're applying from your home country, you have some financial requirements that you have to fulfill. If you're applying from the UK, then you may have some requirements that you may need to fulfill. So do look into that before you apply for your visa application. Now, once you've successfully got your Innovator Founder Visa, this is a good time to register your company with the company's house. I'm aware some of you may have taken this step already, but for those of you who haven't, it's a good time to register your company and get that business name sorted. If you're planning to start trading in the first 6 months, and if you have expenses right from the beginning of the business, it's important that you also register for a business bank account. And lastly, develop and launch your business idea. One more thing, which is definitely the last one that I would like to mention, is for you to track your progress every single month. As you may be aware that in the first 12 months and after 24 months of being on this visa, you need to report to your endorsing body for a check-in meeting where you mention to them that this is the progress that I've made and this is everything that I've done in the past 12 months or in the past 2 years. I highly recommend that every single month or every single week you write down the progress that you've made. It kind of makes it easier for you during that check-in meeting so that you can say that, month 1 I did this, month 2 I did this, month 3 I did that. This way, you are not stressed out during that check-in meeting after the first 12 months, and just a monthly report writing can be very, very handy by the end of this process. Well, this brings us to the end of the video, and like in the beginning of the video, I mentioned that I have something for you that will be very, very handy when you do decide to apply for an endorsement or do decide to apply for this visa. I have prepared a checklist, an Innovator Founder Visa checklist, which is absolutely free and covers all these points in a lot of detail. It's got everything you need pre-endorsement, during endorsement, and post-endorsement. So if you would like to get access to that checklist, then please do email me at shivattavikalimited.co.uk and I will share the checklist in your inbox. If you've stayed till the end, thank you so much for watching. I totally enjoyed making this video and I love making videos on business and anything to do with the Innovator Founder Visa. And if you found it useful, definitely give it a like and do let me know in the comment section what other kind of videos would you like to see, if it's regarding the Innovator Founder Visa or even anything else for that matter. But thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.